We are live.
The stream is live. Boy, what a day it has been. When I started this day at 1:11 this morning, we didn't have a place to do this event on the 25th. And now we are doing it at, I think, the most amazing place that I've heard so much about. And I remember, Trevor, I don't know if you remember this, growing up as a kid, everybody talking about how like there's going to be this like meeting with Jesus at Adam-ondi-Ahman. Do you remember that?
Totally.
How like there's going to be this like meeting with Jesus. And I was always like, in my head, I'm like, man, I want to make sure that I get invited to that. I need to make sure I get invited to that. Little did I know we'd be organizing it through Zion Media. Now, whether he shows up or not, I don't know. I think he'll be there personally.
In spirit, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna miss it.
This is just the first stake in the ground. This is kind of like when we went to the moon and supposedly went to the moon and threw a flag in the ground, you know?
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know and didn't hear the story, we had secured the stone church, and Midegah should be joining us anytime here. We secured the stone church for the 8th day of assembly meeting. And then on Thursday night, we found out that they had backed out from that because they didn't like Midegah's belief on where the Book of Mormon took place. They talked to somebody who said he was a major Heartlander. If you've watched any of our videos, you know that he's more of a continental guy like Lance and believes that it took place from South to North America.
In fact, isn't it ironic that back in July, the attacks that Midegah was getting from LDS people were Heartland people? They were mad at Midegah for claiming that it could possibly be anything south of America, right?
So, and I told somebody this the other day. I'm like, you know what? I don't care where it took place. It teaches me of Christ. So I don't care if it took place in a different dimension, on a different planet. Like if it matters that much to you, like it's the lessons I learned from it. That for me, now I get it. Some of you guys out there, you care about geography, and that's like, and I get it. Like, sure, okay. So we thought we secured the Hilton, only to find out last night that the contract was for the 23rd. And so when we called them, they didn't have any room. It was the Hilton Garden Inn, and they had no room in the inn. So this morning, we didn't have a venue for the 25th. And we had, hundreds of people that have signed up to come out there. I remember just earlier today, I just knelt down and said, hey, I know that we're supposed to be doing this. I know that we're putting together this gathering. What do you want me to do? And the answer came loud and clear. Morel Ranch. That's where it needs to be. And we're already doing a potluck there on the 24th. There he is. There he is. Chief Midegah joining us live here. Chief Midegah, how you doing?
Pretty good. I hope the connection is okay.
It's perfect.
No delay.
Just letting everybody know that the new location is at the Morel Ranch.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is right next to Adam-ondi-Ahman. What a place. They have an amphitheater that seats 500 people. Bring your blankets, to sit down there. This will be I would say, business casual, but you can be casual. You can be whatever you want to be. I know the speakers will probably dress up, but wear whatever culture you feel comfortable in. If you're more of an athleisure person, wear your athleisure gear. If you feel like you want to wear a white shirt and a tie, you can do that. If you want to wear a hoodie and come, do that. Come as you are, and come and hear the words of we got Chief Midegah speaking. We've got Cloud Piler speaking. We have some apostles from the RLDS church speaking, Elder McKinney and Elder McKay. I've looked at the weather out there. It's going to be 70 degrees, probably going to get into the 60s. So you might want to be a little warm But yeah, now is the time. And Trevor, you have something prepared a little bit here.
You want me to go over the Adam-ondi-Ahman stuff?
Is it time? And then I want to hear from Chief Midegah after you talk about the importance of Adam-ondi-Ahman, maybe what that outdoors event kind of means for his people.
Yeah. Let me bust this out. Is this popping up?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna go like so. Okay. The council at Adam-ondi-Ahman. I need to zoom that out a little bit. Okay. So we're going to go through kind of like chronologically how this all ties in, how it came to be, where it ties in, like from a scriptural standpoint, the importance of it. So this is a place of deep historical and prophetic significance in Latter-day Saint theology. It is a both sacred site from the earliest human history and the prophesied location of a future ground council that will occur prior to the second coming of Jesus Christ. Joseph Smith revealed its importance, noting its connections to Adam, the first man, and its role in future divine events. This paper presents a chronological account of events associated with Adam-ondi-Ahman. So Adam's ancient gatherings in D.C. 107, 53 through 57. 3 years previous to the death of Adam, he called Seth, Enos, Canaan, Mahalalel, if I'm pronouncing that right, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, who were all high priests, with the residue of his posterity who were righteous, into the valley of Adam-ondi-Ahman, and there bestowed upon them his last blessings. Kind of reminds me of like Lehi and Alma calling his kids together, right? Doing his last blessings. And the Lord appeared unto them, and they rose up and blessed Adam. And the Lord appeared to them. Well, I missed that first time I read it. And called him Michael, the prince, the archangel. And the Lord administered comfort unto Adam, and said unto him, I set thee to be at the head. A multitude of nations shall come of thee, and thou art a prince over them forever. And Adam stood in the midst of the congregation, and notwithstanding he was bowed down with age, being full of the Holy Ghost, predicted whatsoever should befall his posterity unto the last generation. Now we're going to move to Joseph Smith's insights on this. This is coming from Teachings of the Prophet Joseph Smith, page 157, that blue book, paperback. Joseph explained that this event, which took place, was an important moment where Adam, acting as father of humanity, gathered his descendants and gave them a patriarchal blessing. This meeting set the precedent for the future council at the same location. Joseph also emphasized this meeting showed Adam's role as the patriarch and priesthood leader of humanity. Joseph said, Daniel, in his 7th chapter, speaks of the ancient days. He means the oldest man, our father Adam, Michael. He will call his children together and hold a council with them to prepare for the coming of the Son of Man. So in 1838, Joseph Smith received in D&C 116 this revelation. Spring Hill is a name by the Lord, Adam-ondi-Ahman, because he said, it is the place where Adam shall come to visit his people, or the ancient days shall sit, as spoke by Daniel the prophet. Joseph Smith, in May 1838, and his companions visited the area in northern Missouri, right where we're going, and received a revelation confirming that this location was, in fact, Adam-ondi-Ahman. The Lord revealed that this site would be where Adam would return in his future to visit his people and hold a great council before the second coming of Christ. Joseph identified this place as the same Adam-ondi-Ahman referenced in Daniel 7. Okay, so what's going to happen? Like you said, Shane, when we were kids, we were all told there's going to be this ground council. Jesus is going to come, and this is what we're looking forward to. Little art to go along with it. Joseph's insights on this, I'm going to skip to that. Joseph identified the ancient days from the passage of Adam as the first man would preside over the grand council to be held at Adam-ondi-Ahman. This place will precede the second coming of Jesus Christ. The Savior will come to the ancient days as spoken by Daniel. Adam delivers up his stewardship to Christ, that was delivered to him as holding the keys of the universe. And essentially what's going to happen here is we're going to have this returning of keys. And we've talked a lot on this podcast about keys, right? And about these dispensation heads. And essentially you're going to have this passing of these keys, starting with Joseph all the way back to Jesus. So one of the main purposes of the council is for Adam to return the keys of priesthood to Jesus Christ. These priesthood keys held by Adam and the prophets of every dispensation will be reunited under Christ in preparation for his millennial reign. Teachings of the prophet Joseph Smith, page 158, Adam will present the keys of all dispensations to Christ, who will then assume his rightful place as the ruler of the earth. Now, attendance in the council. Who's going to be there? Adam, Jesus Christ, prophets from all dispensations, prophets such as Noah, Abraham, Moses, Elias, Joseph Smith, and others who have held priesthood keys throughout history will give an account of their stewardship with the keys and their dispensations. Here's the best part. Righteous saints, faithful saints from all ages who have kept their covenants will also be present to witness this significant event. Joseph taught all who have held the keys of the priesthood from the days of Adam present would attend this council. These key holders will account for the dispensation and return their authority to Adam, who will give them to Jesus Christ. Let's see here. When this ground council is assembled, Christ will take his rightful place as the King of Kings. So in conclusion, the council at Adam-ondi-Ahman is one of the most significant events of latter-day eschatology. This means end times. According to Joseph Smith Revelations, it will serve as a culminating gathering of all righteous saints, prophets, where the priesthood keys will be returned to Jesus Christ, making the final preparations for his millennial reign. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Shane, from my understanding is this happens before the public ascension
Right.
of Christ in Jerusalem, right?
Right. So it's before people like you
It's
look
like
at
on the
this,
DL.
like, yeah, he comes and it's like on the DL, And so who knows?
Which
Hey,
means down low. Like
maybe he's going to be there. He's going to be on the DL. So keep your eyes peeled for some guy with the long hair and blue eyes. You never know. Okay, so Chief Midegah, talk to us about the significance of, and I've heard you talk about this as we've had podcasts with you, but tell us a little bit about your thoughts of that area, Adam-ondi-Ahman. And now that we're doing it at that location, what are your thoughts?
Well, I hope there's a little bit of feedback issue, so I hope you can hear me okay. But Missouri is a sacred place historically for the tribal peoples of that region. This would be the region of the Gulf of Mexico and the region of the southeast of North America, as well as the Great Lakes and North, because all the rivers went there. And the rivers were the freeways that were taken for big meetings. And so from the Rocky Mountains, they would all take the Missouri River into North Dakota to the Cheyenne River and directly into the North Red River and connect to the Mississippi. They go from the Ohio, from the East Coast into Missouri. And so this was like a sacred place that there was a large, even in the lodge in the last 2 weeks, they talked quite a bit about when we left the city. All the handprints that you see on stones or rocks that are red ochre handprints, those are the sign that we left the cities. That's what those are. No one knows what those mean. They think they see those and they think, oh, someone's just marking like I was here. No, that was the sign to leave the cities. And so we've never gone back. And so this is something to consider and think about. The first man and woman, we know they went down to that way and they established a foundational system, and their children went out on the waterways like blood veins. And that's where all the nations spread out from. So we know before the flood. So we know that's a pretty sacred place for us pre-flood and post-flood, as that was until the European came and we left the cities. That was the place that was the centralized hub, and I'll close with this, that there are Spanish explorers that walked through the continent trying to look for fountains of youth. Ponce de Leon was one of them. But there were documented encounters with those that were originally in that region, and they equated them as greater in understanding and organization than what they had seen in Europe. So this is a pretty important place.
Beautiful.
That
And so for everybody that is coming out, I want people to understand that Thursday night, super casual potluck dinner. We still have like 40 places left. So if you want to come, make sure and sign up. Trevor, where do we have? Do we have signups on our link tree for that?
Yep. And also in the video description, Dave, did you get them in the video description?
For the links are in the fit. Yes.
Okay. So there is an RSVP link for the 24th, which is the potluck. And for those of you who already registered for the potluck, we changed the format. Originally, people were signing up for, soda, desserts, hamburger, hot dog buns. And we scrapped that. And we just said, if you're coming, bring an entree, bring a dessert, bring a side. That's it. We've got everything else covered. We've got some locals that are going to be bringing some food as well. So just bring some food, and that's the 24th. There is an RSVP for that. There's also an RSVP for the 25th as well. And cool thing now is they're both going to be held at the same location. Now, many of you have asked about the 26th, which is at the Cherokee Nation Center, and that is a little more private because it's so small, and we're still trying to get our hands wrapped around how many people are coming. It's first being extended to Native Americans and for Latter-day Saints who have Native American lineage. And so we're just kind of passing those out onesie-twosies. As soon as we have a better idea of exactly how many we have, we're going to do a community post. You'll see it on our YouTube. And we might do a little teeny short video and put it out there with the link. I'm guessing there's probably only going to be like 30 or 40 spots open. It's just
if I've already said that you're good to go, don't worry about it. You're good to go. I have a list, so plan on going. That's going to be a really cool event. I mean, these are going to be 3 days of really cool things and really ushering in kind of a new energy to the earth. It's going to be awesome. Now, for those of you who are coming out and you are interested in a place to stay, the Morel Ranch has offered up their cabins and lodges to us. There is limited space there. If you're a couple, it's $150 a night. If you are just a single person, or you don't mind staying in a bunk bed, it's $100 a person. So if you want to stay there out there with us, we have probably 25, 30 spots. Just send an email to David. What's the email? Contact
Zion Media
at gmail.com. Dave, you need to include the at gmail.com.
Yep.
Flash that up, Dave.
We're talking at the same time.
zionmedia@gmail.com.
Yeah, come hang out with me. Come hang out with me at Morel Ranch. It'll be great.
Yeah, we're just going to kick back. I mean, it's going to be so cool, so chill. I looked at the weather. The weather's going to be 70 degrees. The Lord is going to take care of the weather for us, so I trust in that. But this is a really cool opportunity that we have to gather at a gathering spot and start gathering the house of Joseph. And so, yeah, really cool. Midegah, what do you got?
Oh, just I hope the connection holds, but I will be bringing also a declaration from the Eighth Fire Lodge of the Anishinaabe peoples, and so this is the Nishwaswi Ishkode Wakone Gamig Anishinaabe, and so this is the official seat of the Midegah we win. And so, there's a mandate, what the lodge is, what governance means, a lot of contact information, and then also an affirmation of an official appointment. And so I'll be bringing that as well. And then just talking more about what's happening, what's coming, and how everybody can be willful participants in this great work that is going to be undertaken, that we shouldn't shy away from saying what it is that it's happening. And we're at this moment in time to take part in it. And this is basically, there's something going to be done, and everybody gets together and says, all right, we're going to do it. And this is what's going to be done. And so why not go to the place that we know we're doing it all for? And to talk about that in very clear ways. And so we're excited.
So come if you want to stay there, you want to hang out with Chief Midegah, you want to hang out with us three bozos from Zion Media, like we'll be there. We'll have some fun. I'm sure we'll roast some marshmallows, tell some jokes, maybe have, talk about things. So if you want to come, email contact zionmedia@gmail.com. And we'll help arrange for you a place to stay. And these lodges this is highbrow. These aren't like ghetto. This is like nice. Like I showed my wife and she's like, oh, I'm so pumped now. I'm so excited now. So it's going to be way cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to just kind of feel the energy. Yeah, Trev, kind of show what this place looks like. Like here's the ranch. And huge shout out to Phil Morrell. Like, coming through for us, offering this opportunity for us to stay there. It's a discounted rate that they're giving us. These are expensive. Trevor, these lodges, they're like $1,200 a night for one of the cabins.
Yeah, so, I went into, I think it was this one right here, and it was $2,500 for 2 days. And so I mean, they're just doing us a massive, massive solid. And Shane, one thing I think you should rehash really quick, because when you originally started, there was only 41 people on the live, and now it's doubled. But just kind of explain.
Yeah,
we've moved it from Independence.
Yeah, I mean, as you know, we're doing a potluck there on the 24th. When we put this together, we knew that Adam-ondi-Ahman was an important place, but I didn't want to be pretentious and say, oh, let's do the 8th day of assembly meeting at Adam-ondi-Ahman. And so the Stone Church offered up the church. I got a text, however, on Thursday that they were backing out, that they didn't like, that Zion Media, supported the Heartland model, or that Chief Midegah talked about the Heartland model on our channel. And all of a sudden they got really upset about that and said, hey, letting you guys come there. And I didn't even tell Chief Midegah. I'm like, no, we're good. And I'm like, okay, we got to figure this out. The next day, Friday, we thought we had a place secured. And it wasn't until Sunday that we realized the place that we thought we had was not secured. So I've been up since 1:11 this morning, looking at places, trying to find places. I called 40 places. My phone wasn't working right. And finally, I just turned around this chair and I just prayed and I just said, listen, where do you want us to do this thing on the 25th? Because every place that I'm calling is booked, or I can't get through, or it's not working. And it was like, I want you to contact the Morrell Ranch, and I want that meeting to happen outdoors. I kept telling Trevor, this thing's got to happen outdoors. And he's like, oh man. And we were going back and forth on it. And I'm so grateful that it is going to happen outdoors, and it's happening, at the Morrell Ranch, up at that Adam-ondi-Ahman area.
But this is sort of what we've been talking about, in that everybody's got to set these little things to the side. That it's the tribal people themselves that are saying, you keep thinking East-West model, turn it at an angle. You're including Mesoamerica and the Heartland. It's one family, and we're the ones telling you, do you know better than us? Can you tell better than us? And so we're saying, and whether or not you believe in one little doctrine or another more than the next group, if you believe in your heart and you've prayed about it, and you know that the Spirit has confirmed to you that the Book of Mormon's true, that the tribal peoples are Lehites, and that they had periods of nobility and righteousness and periods of struggle and punishment as a result. If you believe that we'll be noble again, that's all we need to have enough to make a cloud together, one circle around the fire. because that's all we're trying to do. We're just trying to stand up and say something was retained. I know we had the boot in our neck for a long time. And it's amazing that we're the ones to talk about it right now. And I come from your camp too, that my family was on both sides at that time. And I think that's a great miracle. But right now, it's not time to talk about the things you disagree on. It's the whole purpose of your faith. You're carrying a book of Indian prophets talking about, I hope my grandkids who make it to the end, they get some help. And you're there, you're here, and it's their grandkids. We're here. I mean, are you going to help us? All that other drama doesn't mean anything. The
Midegah,
most important thing is
today I was in 3rd Nephi 27, and Jesus comes back, right? He was attending to them, and then he comes back, and he's basically like, what's going on, guys? And they're like, we need some help. There's been disputations among us. And he's like, disputations? I just told you before I left, no disputations. And he's like, what are these disputations about? And it's like, we can't decide if it's the Heartland model or if it's the Meso model. No, they didn't say that. They couldn't figure out the name of the church. You know, they were fighting in between them. And he's just like, you guys, I just barely told you just like a couple days ago, no disputations, and you're already there. And he goes on in 3rd Nephi 27, and he talks about the gathering. And he talks about the gathering of Israel and the remnant, and essentially what this new era is. And it's all about no disputations and coming together. And that's what your message was, is unity. This is a message of unity.
That's right.
Yeah.
Set it all aside. There's a campfire, and we're going to sit around the circle, and the great peacemaker, you know, our creator, you know, Jesus, 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 you know, whatever you want to call him, I don't care. You know who it is. And he's going to sit there with us, and he's not going to be like, oh, you're more right than him. And oh, I'll laugh and ha, you're more right than them. He's just going to be happy to be sitting there with you. And you're going to be happy to be with each other there. Hey, how do you think it's going to be? How do you think it's going to play out? Who do you think is going to show up? What do you think is going to make the change if it's not you? You know, you have to be aware yourself. So if you believe, back to this, guys, if you believe that the Book of Mormon is talking about Indians being great again, well, let's help make Indians great again.
I love that. I love that. And Trevor, there's been so many people, and listen, if you still want to contribute, we've got to buy refreshments now that we're doing it at the Morel Ranch. I want to make sure that we have refreshments and food. So if you want to participate, you want to donate, shout out to Miss Sherry Christensen. She donated today, and she texted me. She was so excited. She said, I can't be there, but I want to participate. And so she donated $25 so that we can go buy some cookies and some punch or whatever. So if you still want to donate, yeah, David will flash up the Venmo. Thank you, everybody who did donate. We've been able to pay for Chief Midegah's lodging, his flights back home to Germany. And so thank you. Trevor has a list of names he'd like to read off. I know I've done this in the past on other episodes, thanking people that have donated. But Trev, do you want to pull that up and start reading them off?
Yeah, I'm going to upload it here if I can. That's probably the easiest way for me to be able to do it.
But so many of you have contributed, whether it's the Widow's Mite. Thank you so much. We have some really cool things coming down the pipe. Okay, here we go.
Dave, can you pop off that links there? Okay. My eyes are straining here. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. Aixa Rivera, Mike Mitchell, Krista Baird, Diana Santa Cruz, Robert Munns, Randall Vaughn, Jason Stump, Joan Sweets, Patty Wood. Thank you. Got a few more. And by the way, these are people that donated through the registration. When you go and you register, there's a section where you can donate.
And we have how many more spots do we have till we get to 500 for the 25th, Trev?
I'll have to go look because I haven't looked since about 2:00, but we were around 160 when I looked last.
320.
Well, 160 left.
Oh, 160 left. Okay.
160
160
left. Yeah.
left.
Okay. And then shout out Jim Wetstein, Betty Wymore, Joe Gammon, Judith Lance, Dave Prince, Herb Madlong, John Pearson, Melinda Minier, Michael Shrout, Tamara Crisser, and Angie Abreu. Oh, hey, Angie Abreu. She's been on our show before. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. And then there's been many of you who have done Venmo. There's been people that have like given us a check. So just super, super grateful. And we're still coming out of pocket for stuff on this. So we're appreciative of what you guys are doing.
Hey, I did keep a look on the comment message boards here, and I did want to say original intent. That's my favorite so far. Some really great stuff. Absolutely right. Taking offense over a geographical theory. Seriously. Let's build Zion.
Yeah, let's build one heart, one mind.
Let's build Zion.
Let's let Jesus come and answer these questions you might, and he may say,
dude,
it doesn't matter.
Pick your canoe. Hey, everybody knows. Pick your canoe. Put the red and blue hats down.
Yeah. Let's
step into the
unite.
celestial kingdom. Let's go build something.
Yeah, totally.
Somebody just asked, where's the Venmo link? Pull out your phone right now and scan. And while you're doing that, I go through and monitor our YouTube studio all the time. And I looked last night, and only 48% of the people that watch our videos are subscribed. That blows me away. Like, I'm so surprised. And we're getting incredible views.
Actually, on the point of views, sorry, I'm like stepping on you, but I just looked in the analytics, and we have reached 1 million views since starting this channel.
No way. 1 million views in 4.5 months.
Not so bad.
So the fact that only 42 to 48%, depending on the video, are subscribed, we would appreciate a subscription more than money. Like, that helps us build Zion Media more than anything. It helps us get the word out, and we're super, super grateful for the money. But I mention that because a lot of people are just like, hey, what can I do besides donating? Can I volunteer? And we've got some amazing people. In fact, last night, Shane and I had a video sent to us by one of our viewers. It was like an 8-minute video. And she's just like, I want to work for you guys for free. I'm in a position in my life where I can do it. And she is a stud, quick, fast. She's like, I'll be an administrative assistant. I'll coordinate. I'll do anything. Like, you guys tell me what to do. In fact, she goes, if David Douglas needs a job, I'll get him a job. And so, like, there's other ways that we all can help and contribute. And just one little thing that you guys can do is make sure you're subscribed and do some missionary work for us. Get other people to subscribe. Get your family to subscribe. It really, really helps the cause. We just hit 10,000, as you guys know, on Saturday. And our next milestone is 20,000. And according to Gaz, we're going to be there on March 6th at our current rate, which is pretty cool. So,
and listen, we have had people that have donated their time, their cameras, they're bringing their equipment out, so we can live stream this for you guys. We have somebody bringing their Starlink out. And if you feel like you have some equipment that can help us, some sound equipment, some microphones, I don't know, if you feel like you have something that can help us, hey, reach out to us. We'll let you know if you can. And thank you to all those people who have reached out.
And Shane, on that note, tomorrow we have to wake up super early and go rent commercial grade sound equipment. Okay. So if anybody in the sound of our voice has a connection on commercial grade sound equipment, so that when Midegah is up there talking, we don't have to be relaying it. He said, think how horrible that would be.
I use my Marine voice.
Yeah. So reach out to us, guys. We've flashed you can go rewind and see what the email address is, or if you know the best place to get it in Kansas City or Independence or whatever, and if you could help us with that, we would really appreciate it. Guys, we're just silly little podcasters that do this as a hobby. Shane mentioned the other day He was getting sandbagged on one of the comments, and he told me, he goes, Trevor, I'm just in real estate, bro. I don't know what I'm doing. And you know, like we're all just amateurs here. We're just doing our best. We're trying to build Zion just like you guys are, and we're having a lot of fun with his channel. So please know that we would appreciate any help that you guys could do, and particularly putting out the bat signal. We need commercial grade sound equipment for this event.
I did want to share. I have seen a lot of people doing spin-off, you know, little videos referencing Zion Media and the videos and what it means to them. Hey, every single one of you is your own producer. You're your own director. You're your own actor. Hey, how about instead of taking pictures of just ridiculous things, how about you do some acts of random kindness and record that and start spreading that out in your social media? You know, say hello to somebody, give somebody a drink, you know, not alcohol, get a homeless person some water, and just do something nice and try to focus on the videoing that, you know, you can change things.
Absolutely. And we want to encourage you guys. One of my favorite podcasters is a guy by the name of Sean Ryan, and he edits his own stuff and he puts it in a Dropbox file, and he goes, you guys can share any of our content we want. And I want to give you guys permission. If there's anything on any of our videos, record it, save it, put it on your Instagram, put it on your YouTube, put it on your Facebook. We don't care. We would love you guys to share any of this stuff. We're doing it for free, and we would totally support it. You're never going to get a copyright violation. Share the message. Absolutely. Another thing that was kind of cool, we talked about this yesterday, but I know today we probably have some new viewers. Last night, our man, David the Lion Douglas, was on Ward Radio sharing his testimony story. And we'd love you guys to go in the comment section and give David the Lion, particularly the Lion, a shout out. If you want to give Zion Media a shout out, that's awesome. We love Ward Radio. We'd love to collaborate with those guys in the future. So go give David a little shout out. Give those guys a watch. It's a great testimony.
Yep. All right. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions? And again, if you need a place to stay, email contact zionmedia@gmail.com. There's limited space at the Morel Lodge, but you can come hang out with the four of us. My wife's going to be out there, so hey, if you got a wife or a husband or whatever, come on out. There's private rooms. If you're just going to come out with some of your friends, there's bunk beds. There's all sorts of stuff. It's going to be a great time. There's our guy, Unity Spirit. He's the one that's actually helping us with all the camera equipment. I think he's driving out from North Carolina to come help set up, and he has amazing equipment. This live broadcast is going to look as good as any Trump rally you've ever seen. And I know Chief Midegah has a message. He's had a vision, and you're not going to want to miss it. So if you can be there in person, be there in person. If you can't, tune in. It's going to be live broadcast at 5 p.m. Utah time is when it kicks off.
That's the meet and greet. So the live stream won't start till 6
p.m. though. We're going to be Central Time, so 5 p.m.
Be
Utah.
7 Missouri. Oh, you're right. Okay, it'll be 6 p.m. Missouri time, 5 p.m. Utah time, 4 p.m. Cali time. Scrambled.
7 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Good call on that. Okay. I've got a question, Midegah, and tell me if, and I'm not going to steal the thunder, but today you had some ceremonious or
so Saturday was the end of the 12-day ceremony. They only do this thing few and far between, and it was just remarkable. And so in the lodge, they actually had called me up in front of everybody because this is important. And the keepers of this lodge with representatives from other regions. This is, there was, of the principal 5 clans, 4 of them were present. And they called me as an Oshkabe Wis of the principal lodge. That's a ceremonial messenger. They called me as an international ambassador for the lodge. And they will pass messages through me to other faiths. and other cultures and societies and nations, as we rise and remember or remind people that we remember who we are. And so, actually, if I were to read the appointment, it was, I wish I could share it and show it, but it says, I'll share it with Zion Media, but it's Nishwa. So I'll just read it to you. Nishwa Sui, Ishkode Wakone Gamig Anishinabeg, 8th Fire Lodge of the Anishinaabe peoples. This is the Mino Bimadiziwin Zaga Swe Iriwag, or the Good Way of Life Council Meeting and Ceremony, October 8th through 19th, 2024. And it says, be it affirmed by appointment, official appointment, Midegah Ogichi Da'a Adik Dudem Caribou Clan and Anishinaabe Ojibwe is appointed as an Oshkobe ceremonial helper and International Lodge Ambassador at the 8th Fire Lodge of the Anishinaabe peoples, declared and affirmed on October 19th, 2024, in the lodge before witnesses. And it's signed by the head of the Bald Eagle Clan, the Migizi Dudem, the Mikanak Dudem, the Turtle Clan, and the Makwa Dudem, the Bear Clan. And so, yeah, I got all my wings now. All the feathers are there.
That's awesome. So now essentially, does this just give you more comfort in your ability to go out publicly and speak? Is that what it does?
Well, because it's always you're representing the lodge and you're representing an official clan, one of the clans. And I'm speaking on behalf of a couple treaties. And there's a certain level of authority to speak there and being asked to share some information, but to actually be able to be sanctioned. It's actually, they pulled out the law of sanction. There's an image to be sanctioned to speak for all, but also there's a responsibility. And that responsibility is an accountability that everything that will be spoken will first be reviewed and gone through with them. And that's how we fit both sides of it. And so, yeah, it's walking with a lot more confidence that, yeah, this is the way it's supposed to be. If you're sitting in a circle with a bunch of people from different cultures and different religions, all saying this is the time of prophecy, well, the Indian has kept his mouth shut until now and is now saying, hey, brothers, it's the time of prophecy. We have to do something right now. So take your drop of water and throw it in with ours. That's a big cloud. Let's make it rain. Let's build Zion and welcome for him to come home.
Is it more stressful now that you have this responsibility, or does it unburden you because you now have this?
Trust,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Trust and confidence is a big thing. And so, as you go through life, you get varying degrees of trust and confidence from persons or communities, or, and your workplace is a community as well. And so, yeah, it's free. It's an affirmation that it did it right. And that's the good thing. And it doesn't matter all those people that attack and say, oh, his dad's an Indian, but he's not an Indian. Like, just absolutely mind-blowing nonsense. It's just one more thing to throw on the pile of those who are looking for reasons to fight against the destiny of mankind, which is to leave the celestial kingdom. And hey, if this is where you want to be and how you want it to be, and you want to be at war with unborn, I know we got to keep it positive, you know what I mean? But I really care about the water and the air and the land and the things that are growing and the animals, and I care about human beings. And I really,
since we're doing this thing outside, and if there's mosquitoes outside, are we going to let them take a drop of blood?
No, let them take a drop of blood, but I'm going to give you some advice. If you've never looked specifically for something before and you've always just reactionary bought, this time, make it yourself, buy it, go look for something that is hummingbird shaped with a little spring, and attach it to your hat, attach it to your shirt, wear something that's a hummingbird shape on a little spring, and no one will ever bug you from the insect kingdom.
Okay. I do have another question. This is a loaded question, but I'm sure hoping the answer is yes. And if you say no, I'm going to edit it backwards, and it's going to look like you said yes. Okay.
Like the Led Zeppelin album.
Yeah, exactly. So on the 24th at Morello Lance, after our dinner, we're going to go out and roast some s'mores, and we're going to sit out there and look for UFOs. Are you going to join us?
Yeah, I'll bring my laser pointer. I got a laser pointer that'll like drop a plane.
Let's
So
go.
dude, I can point stars out, man. It's almost like I'm touching them. You're like, oh, that's billions of miles away. I don't know, but have a whole conspiracy show on that one. But yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, that's it, dude.
Hey,
Okay.
maybe we'll see some cherubims.
Love it.
Well, I don't have anything else, and I'm an old man. I gotta start getting ready for bed. I'm tired.
I have one thing you guys can drop if you want. I want to show our Discord server. We got 136 people on there, and I want to show people what that means. You're willing to, or you're welcome to stay on. If
I'm out.
You like.
Love you all. We'll see you in a couple days. Can't wait to meet you guys all in the flesh.
Love it.
All right. Hey, Bamapi.
Peace.
See you soon.
Okay, guys. So we have a Discord server thanks to Bingo.
Yes, thank you, Bingo.
Thank you very much, Bingo. I'm trying to toggle over to my thingy here. Okay, so in our link tree, and you can go to our link tree simply by clicking on our name or our logo, and you'll see
below.
Yeah, or in the description below, and you'll see Linktree, and then when you click on it, you'll see a thing that says, does it say join Discord server, Dave? Is that what it says?
On Linktree, let me look.
Okay.
I don't remember.
But what it'll do is it'll bring you on here, you can sign up, and the purpose of a Discord server is to bring the community together, right? So there's been great community inside our chat from the beginning. We hired an HR manager. Her name is HR. And we've had tons of people, Chrissa, Dog, Eric, Soul. There's so many of you that I'm forgetting right now because I'm nervous, but it's limited in the chat, right? And there's tons of time that's like, I've wanted to talk to some of you guys one-on-one, and you can't be like, hey, here's my phone number, contact me, right? This Discord server gives us the ability to do this. So let me just show you some of the things that are in it. When you first get in, it's going to take you to the rules. We can put you in timeout. I think we called it the spirit world. But it's got a section here that's got new members. As the members join, you can see already who's inside here. We've got Soul, Vicky, Buffett Man, Twizzles. Hey, I know Twizzles. Let's see here. Crank, Bingo. And you can friend these people, right? So you could click on this. Here's Dog. You can add him as a friend. If he accepts you as a friend, you guys can now communicate one-on-one. How cool is this, right? We've been wanting this, and we didn't want to do it on Facebook because nobody likes Facebook anymore. But when you come in, you can see people drop in. And then let's see here. We got a help desk where there's questions. And the nice thing about Discord is we can ask you guys to, oh, look, we just got a new member that came in. Hey, Heidi. If you're watching right now, go to the Discord server, go and join, and we'll see people dropping in live. You've got our YouTube feed that it brings in here. Suggest a show topic, okay? This is something where you can come in and suggest a show topic, do a video on the Dream Mine, coming geomagnetic reversal excursion. The video below ooh, wow. Gavin's dropping some heat here. The video below discusses causes for what we might be referring to as a thinning of the veil. Holy crap, I got to watch this. Okay, so you guys, we want to make content that you guys want. We're smart enough to know that we want to hear feedback from you. And so we've tried multiple ways of doing it, but this is going to give us an opportunity to have a community conversation. Other people can see what you're commenting. And, we can chat back and forth. Amazing. Episode reactions. So far, no one's reacting. Newsroom. So far, we haven't dropped anything. And this is brand new. Ooh, new member. The shadowing is here. Oh, that's a cool logo. Okay, we just got the shadowing come in. Let's see here. Newsroom, testimony, prayer roll. Hey guys, remember to include, oh, HR, you're nice. Include Quentin's wife in your prayers, please. Thank you, will do. You can put stuff in for yourself, for people that you know. Just a good little way here. Let's see, general. Looks like, there's a lot of action going on in general. Oh, we got LDC. We got LDC. Oh my heck! I just forgot. I have to pick him up at the airport tonight at 11. And if I wouldn't have seen his name, I'd have forgot. Okay, thank goodness. Let's see here. Okay, interest in hobbies. Nobody's got any interest in hobbies. Pictures. Dude, this is cool. I saw this today. Cronk dropped this. This is the Springfield. Springfield, Utah temple. That's a good looking temple. Artwork, book club, teachings of the natives, how to share. Okay, and then we've got secret combinations, Deuteronomist reforms. Oh, that's cool. Good move, Dave. So people can scan with their phone right now, and it'll take you there. It's also on our link tree. Gospel topics. Let's see here. What else?
This Discord is going to get out of control. That's for sure.
Check this out. Gathered in one. Everybody's like, where's Lance's info? Boom. And we'll be able to get different, we'll be able to get all of our different guys. We'll get Fab a link in here. Dog, if you're listening, let's get Fabrizio a link. Let's get the Forward Ordination guys a link. Let's get.
What's really powerful about this Discord is that when you guys, when we have a new video or a new live, you guys can get notified right away. And that's like huge because sometimes there's stuff going on. And unless you're checking it every day, Zion Media, it's nice to be able to get a notification on your phone that a new video's up or what you've missed.
Yeah, I would like more than anything to be able to communicate with you guys. There's tons of people in there that I'm just like, I'd love to be able to private message. I think that's one of the biggest flaws of YouTube. I don't know if you're with me on that, Dave, but don't you think YouTube's like chat feature and their messaging is like one of the weakest things about it? Like when they comment, the ability, you can't put hyperlinks in. They're constantly deleting comments. And I know people all the time that are like, why are you guys deleting our comments? It's like, listen, we've deleted like 4 comments ever, and they were completely inappropriate comments, and that's it. We don't moderate. Like, we'll let you speak your opinion. YouTube does. If you put hyperlinks in, they don't work. You can't copy and paste. It's an absolute disaster. So the Discord is so cool because we can create community, and we can get to know each other, and we can build sub communities inside of that. And it's new to me. Like I've been in one other Discord, and I don't even know what I'm doing in there really, but I'm digging where we're going with this. So Bingo, thank you for putting that together, and encourage all you guys to join. Let me get out of here.
Thanks for doing that.
Yeah, Bingo, you are the man. Okay. I think that's it. I always hate not going an hour. It kind of like, I got a little OCD about it, Dave.
Go a little bit. Answer some. Yeah. There's a few questions, actually.
I feel like we should hit questions. I don't like it under an hour. It just bugs me.
Yeah. So let's take a look at some of our first questions. First off, I wanted to acknowledge Robert. Robert Hall, he actually donated $2, and he's just saying, "Make it rain." Yeah. And then let's see.
Is that like metaphorical or?
Well, I don't know. I think he's trying to make it rain on Zion Media donation.
Okay.
Or Chief Midegah. So. Let's see here. We missed Midegah, but Dog actually asked if he'll teach us their language. That's a great, when we do, I'm sure we'll do some lives while we're out there, or we're getting used to this live thing. What do you think? You think we're getting used to it, Trevor?
The live?
Maybe we'll do some impromptu lives while we're out there.
We will 100%. We're going to do a lot of them.
Yeah, UFO watching would be a good opportunity to do lives. Definitely. And then let's see here. Only natives. So are only natives welcome to the lodge meetings? Do you know that?
The answer is no, but we did want to make it first come, first serve. And we wanted it to be whether you have, some Native American lineage or someone in your family does. We kind of wanted to make it that. It's put on by the Cherokee Nation. They're not LDS, and they're doing this 8th fire ceremony for Midegah to kind of honor his new thing. And if you guys don't really understand what Midegah, is doing, like, join the club. Like, I just pretend he like explains, like, I'm an ambassador or something. I'm like, I'm like, so is that like a good thing? Is it are you like more stressed? Or you? But no, to answer the question, you do not have to be native. We just haven't opened it up yet because we don't want to overfill it and then all of a sudden have another Midegah round 2 where you've got like these natives coming and being like, all these people stole our seats, right? So we're just trying to be a little sensitive.
Got it. This was a question Light had asked. Curious, what is your purpose? I think he was asking that when Midegah was on. And if Light, you're still here, Midegah's purpose really, I don't know. I don't know if I could best convey it. But Trevor, is there a better way that you could be able to share that?
Yeah, I mean, until I could be botching the dates completely wrong, but until like the late 80s, it was illegal for Native Americans to practice and preach their religion outside of their reservations, right? And then they passed that, and they now want to get the message out that they've been here forever. They have a connection with God. They have a connection with the peacemaker. They have records. And so if I had to kind of sum up what Midegah's message is, it's like, listen, we have the record of the peacemaker as well. He came to us. We lived here before you guys got here, and we want everyone to come together to sit at the fire. He talks about, let's everybody come and sit at the fire and bring your drop of water, right? We don't have to all agree on everything, but let's start coming together. So, I'd say it's like, it's awareness, it's unity. It's a call to action for all of us to come together and put things aside. Does 1.1% count? Listen, if it's good enough for Elizabeth Warren, it's good enough for us. Okay. This is Robert. I'm going to need to link up with you. Robert can't make it because he's busy coordinating a fleet of UFOs. So Robert, go in the Discord server, DM me, bruh, and I'll come meet up with you. Well, okay. To be fair, the Meso guys even paying attention to this? Yes, 100%. Yeah, in fact, I would say 70% of our audience are Meso guys. So we're just trying to open a broader horizon with the continental model. And for those of you who haven't followed Lance and his continental model, we have a whole playlist on it. In fact, we're going to Mexico, and Dave, we can talk about Mexico. We forgot talking about that. So yeah, I would say 60-70% of our people are Mesos, not Mesos, Heartlanders. And then you've got mixture inside. I was a diehard Mesoamerica person, like Sorensen map, everything. My parents got invited in like 2016 over to someone's house, and they came back with all these DVDs about the Book of Mormon took place in America. And I'm like, Mom, Dad, don't go back to that house. Those people don't know what they're talking about. And then like a year or two later, I ran into some of Wayne May's videos, and I was like, wait a minute, what? And I just went down the rabbit hole, right? So then I started like converting over to a Heartlander, right?
Yeah.
Dave, I know that when we met, you were a major Heartlander, right? Like,
yeah, I was making videos about this stuff.
Yeah. And here's the thing. We still are, right? But we've broadened our perspective, and considered this continental model. And it's a cool model, you know, and like Midegah says, don't look at it horizontally, look at it vertically. And so it's kind of cool. Both Lance and Midegah kind of spitting the same facts. The cool thing about Lance, my parents today asked me, they're like, I want to watch that Book of Mormon continental model, you know, and I'm like, all right, cool. I helped him find it on YouTube and everything. And I'm like, you gotta buckle in because it's long, and there's like 5 episodes, and we've just started. But it's really cool. We got somebody asking where the link tree is. I'm gonna show you. How about that? Instead of telling you,
I realized I did make a mistake. The link tree is not in the description of this video, but it's on all of our other videos. I apologize.
We'll go put it in there, bro.
I can't do it while we're live. I only can do it.
So can you see my screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Here's how you get to it. You click on our name, click on our logo. There's the link tree right there. It's even in blue. If it's on your phone, it's not in blue.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
It's a map. We're looking at a map right now.
You're looking at a map?
Yeah.
Can you see?
We can see the Morel Lodge at Morel Ranch.
Oh, I shared the wrong screen. How about now?
Yeah, looks great.
There we go. So you see it in blue?
Yep.
Okay, so this is it, guys. This is your friend. And if you're not subscribed, shame on you.
Turn on the notification bell too.
Okay, so now I do have it turned on my phone. This is on my laptop.
Got it.
So Midegah support tribe videos. Join the Discord server. This is where you click to get into our Discord. This is how you get tickets. Dave, we should update this to say to October 25th. So it's like,
do that.
Know what we're talking about. This is how you get to Cumorah to get our into our records. Zion Media. I want to show people this. This is impressive stuff here. Can you see this?
Yes.
Are we in Cumorah now?
Yes, we are.
Cumorah is going to be migrating to a more legit platform, but inside here, check this out. The full Nemenhah, individual books. If you want to start off in the Nemenhah, read Manti. Telling you. Manti is incredible. I read 1st and 2nd Samuel first, and I read Manti second. Manti is incredible. If you're sharing it for someone to read, have them start off with Manti. It's really, really cool. We got info for Latter-day Chad. He's got some of his Deuteronomist stuff in here. Look at how nerdy Lance is. He's amazing.
Oh, that's a ton.
Like, bro just downloaded everything in there, which is super cool. And then over here in the apocryphal writings, there's a ton of cool stuff. There's some new stuff that I recently put in. There's a 84-page document. There's a compilation of the Davidic servant. What is this? I don't think this should be in here. That looks like a lawsuit. We need to look what that is. People asked for Mike Rigby Sacred Scripture that's in there.
Oh, amazing.
This is a at peace with Mike Rigby. Kind of tells Mike Rigby's story. This is a new document of the book of Revelation from some Levitical people. Whole bunch of stuff in here. So, okay. Last but not least, we have 4 people going with us to Mexico. We leave on November the 13th. And there was 5, and we were going to be good with that. One of the girlfriends, or I don't know if it was girlfriends or wife, it could be mixing up.
Yes, girlfriends.
Change of mind last second. And so we now have 4 people. So we're opening it back up. We have 2 spots. Somebody was supposed to message me tonight on Instagram. Hold on a second, Dave. We may
have that taken.
I gotta check that. Nope. Still have no message. So if you want to come to Mexico with us, guys, it's going to be incredible. Lance is going to be our tour guide. We've got some really, really nice. The nice thing about Mexico, we got nice Airbnbs, rental car. We've got a $40 budget per person, which in Mexico is like $100 a person for dinner, snacks, lunch, dinner, breakfast. Everything is covered. Tickets into these temple complexes. We're visiting Teotihuacan. The first day, we're visiting Monte Alban. The second day, and 2 other places that I cannot pronounce. The only thing you need to take care of is your own airfare. And if you can get to Las Vegas, tickets are only $280 right now. Out of Los Angeles, they're around the exact same price. Out of Salt Lake City, they're super spendy. Like it was like $770. So we're doing a road trip to Vegas. And we would love for you guys to come. 1 person, 2 people, whatever. I guarantee you it's going to be fun. It would be fun without me, Dave, and Shane, and just going and having Lance be the tour guide. Just so you guys know, Lance is actually
a tour guide. Yeah.
He's a geologist by nature, but he does tour guides as part of his geology, and he's done one to this area before. So this isn't going to be something like, where are we going? And all of this kind of stuff. And it's with the focus of, is Monte Alban the temple that Nephi built that was mirroring Solomon's temple in 2nd Nephi 2? And Lance believes it is, and he's just gonna nerd us out and show us all these topographical things and just be like, and over here is where Nephi dedicated the cornerstone to the, that type of stuff. Somebody's asking, do we have a link to this stuff? Do you think they're talking about Mexico?
Yeah, I think that they might be talking about Mexico.
Is there a link for Mexico? Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the link tree.
Yeah, let me show you. Share screen, link tree. Does that show up?
Yes, it does.
Join Zion in Mexico. And
it goes to the form. I can't. Oh, there you go.
There it is. Put your information, basic, super simple. Hit us up if you got questions on any of it. We can do a FaceTime, Zoom, whatever, email, phone call, and just talk about it. But we'd love for you guys to come, and it's going to be fun. We're gonna just max out the time. We're gonna find good food. I'm gonna have ceviche every single day. I'm gonna go find cafes that have those fresh made tortilla chips, Dave, that are still warm, with a good pico de gallo. The ones that are still warm.
Por favor.
Like, I don't want anything but that. Just like carb me now. Okay. Let's see here. Do we got any other questions? We are past the hour mark, so I love that fact.
I don't think we have too many more questions. I think there was maybe, who's Sean Ryan?
Sean Ryan is a podcaster. Go on YouTube and just search for Sean Ryan Show. Amazing. He's total stud. And he's got some really cool people on. In fact, in September, he passed Joe Rogan as the #1 podcast in the world. I think Rogan repassed him in October. But he's interesting, bro. His podcasts are long. They are long, like longer than Rogan's.
Okay. I think this was, did you see this question already? Did we answer this?
Not seeing it in the YouTube box. What is the channel called on Discord?
Oh,
I don't know why they're not seeing it. I mean, it's like, let me show you again, folks. It's about as visible as you can get. Okay, can you see the link tree?
Yeah.
Am I on the right thing? Okay, so you click on that, and then I got a copy over here. It's going to then take you to this. It's not this. Whoops. It's not this. Join the Zion Media Discord. Bing, 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 bing. There it is.
Yeah, easy. You don't have to, you don't have to search it.
We got another one.
Yeah, this is one other question here.
I was asking about what was going on to be the talks on the 25th about. Okay. Well, we've got people that I know. We've got a bishop speaking from the LDS Church in Independence. We've asked everybody to talk about unity, Book of Mormon, Joseph Smith, or the Restoration. So they're just kind of like picking that. We've got an apostle from Restoration Church speaking. He was on our podcast last week. We've got, I believe, a 70 Metzer, not from our church, from the Restoration Church. We have Phil Landis, aka Cloudpiler.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know Cloudpiler, he was the one that found the Nemenhah records. So
real quick note, if you see a native, especially like Midegah or Cloudpiler, and you've read the Nemenhah, I would thank them for the work that they've done and just in keeping their records safe. I say that because there's a scripture that says a Bible to Bible, but in that same chapter it says we don't thank the Jews for the Bible. We have the Book of Mormon, and we ought to thank them for the Book of Mormon in some sense. Yeah.
Let's see here. So the other thing is Midegah is going to be given a message on unity. The 8 or the 7 fires prophecy is going to hit that a little bit in the 8th era. He also is going to be talking about a vision that he had when he was going through his fasting ritual, which I'm really excited about. He started to tell us a few times privately, and we're just like, hold on. We want to wait. I want to cover this one. I know there's only 89 people on there. Cloudpiler is sus, in my opinion. And I understand where you're coming from, Daniel, on that. In fact, I started reading the Nemenhah record. I had a really good experience with it. We then interviewed Cloudpiler, and I felt the same way. I was like, I don't know about this. And I stopped reading it, right? And it totally became a stumbling block for me. And after having subsequent meetings with him and learning about the translation process, Cloudpiler wasn't the sole translator of this. Cloudpiler found it, but there was a committee of 5 people, a guy in Peru, a person in Asia, a Buddhist, and there was this collective translation process, and they all had to agree on that. The other thing that I've mentioned on other podcasts is Shane and I have had conversations with Cloudpiler and other people where we've talked about things, whether it's timing, chronology, characters in the Book of Mormon, and Cloudpiler didn't know who was who. Like Shane and I corrected him twice. And on the second time, I'm sitting there and like Shane squeezes my leg under the table. And afterwards, I'm like, yeah, I did notice that. We know the record better than Cloudpiler. Like, there's no way he wrote it. Like, he can't even remember who these people are and the timeline. So to me, that gave me some reassurance. The committee gave me some massive reassurance. And then just after you get to know Cloudpiler and you see him and you see him speak, you'll be able to tell that he's not capable of writing this record. And it's not a slight on Cloudpiler. This is a complicated record with characters that are weaving in and timelines and in a similar aspect of the Book of Mormon. Now, it's not the same as the Book of Mormon. I still think the Book of Mormon's a more beautiful literary piece of work. It's got just an incredible feel and cadence to it. But it's the Nemenhah is incredible. And the thing that I love about it, and I counsel you, or as a friend tell you, to like suspend your issues that you have with Cloudpiler. Don't let them be a stumbling block, because here's what the Nemenhah record does. It testifies of the Book of Mormon. Okay. It is a link to the Book of Mormon, and it validates the Book of Mormon. I mean, there's characters in it that are splitting off and going up north that are coming out of Alma 52, Haggoth. We get Haggoth's journey. We get Coriantumr in there. We got Moroni in there. We got Samuel the Lamanite in there. So it's such an incredible story, and it validates the Book of Mormon. Why do I like Midegah? Same thing. He's coming in talking about, yep, the Book of Mormon is, it's our record, and we've got the same stuff in our birch bark scrolls and different stuff like that. So I can get over these personality issues and things that people might not like about them because of what it does. And then once you can get over the personality issues and just take the message on its own face, like, it holds up. It's strong. Okay. By the way, the Discord mod bot is giving security warnings due to everyone joining at the same time. I love it.
Problem.
I don't know what that means. Dog, you better go in there and moderate, bro.
It just means that, so there's a bot that keeps track of everything. It's like another human being, but AI or whatever, and it's tracking all the people joining, and it's freaking out. Like, there's too many people joining almost.
I think we're saying, was it $100 for a couple and $80 for an individual? Is that what we were saying?
That I don't recall. I missed that.
I heard the $100 number. But
discount, major discounts.
Oh, it's a huge discount. Okay. I think we're good, Davis.
Okay.
Should we do a pledge allegiance to the flag really quick before we go?
Pledge allegiance to the flag. Yeah, let's do it.
I pledge allegiance. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do
What?
it. I was just seeing if you do it. I love that you did.
Hey, I love saying the pledge allegiance, so I'll say it anytime.
I do too. I love saying the pledge allegiance, but I didn't want people to, like, as I started to do it, I didn't want people being like, these guys mocking the pledge, or I don't know where it's going to go, right? But for some reason, I felt like I wanted to do the pledge of allegiance.
Oh, Unity says $100 for single and $150 for couples.
Okay,
that's huge. That's a huge discount because it's what normally $2,000 at the Merle. Can't say it like chain. Morel Ranch.
Morel. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. They do have different levels. Like, they have like one that's called the Indiana Jones Suite. It's incredible.
Oh,
it's incredible.
And
that one's $2,500. So it was like $1,250 a night. Really, really high end. But they have like these little teeny cabins all the way going down. That's like $253 per night. That's the cheapest price I can find. You can book it on Airbnb on your own. But if you come through us, we'll get you in there for $150 for a couple, $100 for an individual. And any of you guys that had an Airbnb that we told you to cancel, we're going to match whatever your Airbnb price was. So,
well, I pledge allegiance. I pledge to the Constitution, not the flag, according to, original intent.
Good for you. I'm down with that. Who else puts their hands on their heart? Yeah. Who doesn't put their hand on their heart? I'd like to know that. Hey, by the way, Dave, how about Trump at McDonald's?
Oh my goodness.
Why did that make me love him so much more? It was it was like adorable. I don't even know how to describe it. Like,
and how people responded though. Like the Indian guy. I thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President.
You are my president.
Yeah. We are praying for you, dude.
And don't make it like my native Brazil. Amazing.
Yeah, dude. It was funny. It was like adorable. It was like he was like humbling. It was so.
Oh yeah. It made me want to have McDonald's fries that much more.
Oh, I'm gonna go get some right now. Somebody's asking, where do we fly into Mexico? Mexico City. Fly directly into Mexico City. What about the part in the Nemenhah record where Jesus shows up as a woman administered and has women administer the sacrament to him?
Surprise.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And like we've said, this is an apocryphal writing, right? Joseph Smith was told when he asked the Lord to read the apocryphal writings. We know that the apocryphal writings, not all of the stuff that's in there is accurate.
Let me comment on this, is that in the temple, when we go, have you ever noticed, and this is something I thought about before getting the Nemenha, I always noticed how sisters were able to do the ordinances, but they'd never been ordained or set apart. Like they were never given the priesthood, but they're able to do priesthood ordinances. Have you ever thought about that? And so that made me think, okay, there must be something to that. They're not acting under another person's authority either when they do those ordinances. So for them to pass the sacrament to Jesus, there might be a little bit more to that than we have always realized.
Yeah, and I mean, quite honestly, like I wouldn't have any problem if women were passing sacrament. I mean, but I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm not, and I'm also for sure saying that not everything in that record is like the Book of Mormon is the most correct book that we have, right? And that should be like your sounding board, bouncing things off of to check for doctrinal accuracy. Doctrine and Covenants is direct revelation, right? And so those two things are that. Then you got the Bible. We know there's issues with the Bible. And it's not like we just were like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go with the Bible. And then the apocryphal, there's some apocryphal writings that only like 20% of the content in there is of value. And I'll point one out: the Gospel of Thomas. There's a lot of stuff in the Gospel of Thomas that is not true whatsoever, but it's a beautiful book, and there's some incredible things that are in there. And I have read that thing and been touched by the Spirit. And at the end of the day, it's upon us to learn to decipher and to read and to take it to the Lord. And my answer to that question, when I said, I don't know, I'd be like, that's probably a good question to ask the Lord, right? That's probably a good question to test out your Espiritu Santo. Oh my gosh, take that down, dude. It's probably a good question to ask the Lord. And if it's something that is just like, yeah, I don't feel good about that, we're going to throw everything out with it, because I can show you a lot of things in the Bible that I'm not going to throw out the Bible with a lot of the stuff that's in there. So yeah. One other thing that I just wanted to address in talking about the Cloudpiler thing, somebody said something that's like, I agree with Daniel. I don't have a problem with the record, but I've heard from numerous people who interacted with Cloudpiler who confirm Daniel's suspicion. Listen, I'll just tell you straight up. Cloudpiler has a chip on his shoulder because he was excommunicated from the church. Okay, he's got a chip on his shoulder, and it was a stumbling block for me. And he doesn't do a good job hiding it. He's not like openly like bashing it, but you can tell there's a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. But that doesn't take away from what's in that record. And at the time that he did go through this translation, remember, guys, this thing was published in 2005 and they translated it in early 2000. He was a member of the church at the time. And the people on the committee that were translating it with him, part of his tribe, they weren't. And so I like the fact that you had these non-LDS people as part of this translation process, because that tells me that Cloudpiler is not just like driving the wheel, just being like, I'm going to put in whatever I want. I mean, they got other people that have to come in and concur on this thing. So
it's like so good when you have non-Latter-day Saints talking about the truthfulness of what we believe. Like when Wayne Mays shares a lot of his stuff about the Heartland model, he shares a lot of the research done by non-members. And so for that council to be mostly non-members, it's just even more amazing. Mad respects.
Mad respect. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a good number to end. 1, 2, 3. Peace, everybody.
Okay, peace.
Oh, it's still going.